This video will explain how you can use a user override to give a student extended time on exams or quizzes in Moodle. For the sake of this video, let's pretend that you've already created your quiz or exam. Go into your quiz settings. Once in your quiz settings, you're going to go to the gear in the top right corner. Clicking this gear will reveal the Quiz Administration menu. From the Quiz Administration menu, select User Overrides, and then add a user override. Type in the name of the student who you want to give extended time to. This may be a student who has an accommodation that requires them to have double time on exams or quizzes or timed assignments. If your assignment or quiz has a window, you can give an extension in the time window here. This quiz does not have an opening and closing window, so you can see that this option is grayed out. Under time limit, I'm going to give this student 60 minutes. If for some reason I wanted to allow the student to have additional attempts, I could also give this student multiple attempts on this quiz. When I'm done, I'll just select Save. So now I can see that I have one user override for this student, and it's a time limit override that gives him an hour. This would need to be done for each quiz or assignment where you needed to give a student extended time. If you only have one or two students in your course that have accommodations that require extended times on exams, adding them individually is going to be the best way to do it. If you have a large number of students in your course who require a time extension, you may want to consider using the group overrides. From your quiz settings, you'll go back to the gear menu and select Group Overrides. In order to add a group override, you must have created a group with the students that have accommodations or time extensions. You place all those students in a group, and you may name that group something like the accommodations group. Now from the Group Overrides menu, you can select Add Group Override. There's only one group currently in this course, and it's called the Accommodations group. And let's say that I have one student in this group who gets double time on an exam, and one student in this group whose accommodation says they get time and a half on this exam. I could put students in separate groups based on the time that they get, but to make it easier on myself, I'm just going to give every student who has an accommodation double time, so that way I can put them all in one group and get just address all of their accommodations through one group. And now I'm just going to select Save. And now this accommodations group, every student that's in this group is going to get a time limit override of 1 hour. If you want to know which students are in those groups, I can click on the group name, and you see it shows me the students that are in this group. And so every student in the accommodations group is going to get an override. Now I'm just going to go back to the quiz. And even though the time limit still says 30 minutes, students in those accommodation group will get 60 minutes. Every other student will log in and see 30 minutes listed, while those students will log in and see 60 minutes listed. So this is how you can add a user override to give an extension on time limits for students who have accommodations.